A former senator, Shehu, urged President Bola Tinubu to pardon the incarcerated Endsars protesters. But guys, before we commence fully, welcome back to this wonderful channel as we bring you back-to-back updates and information as it is hot. If today is your first time of joining this wonderful channel, kindly subscribe, like, comment, share, and also turn notification bell to get notified whenever we drop our video. To all our amazing subscribers, thank you so much for joining us on today's news. To all our viewers, thank you so much for joining us on today's news. So guys, let's proceed with the news. A former senator, Shehu, urged President Bola Tinubu to pardon the incarcerated Endsars protesters. Mr. Sani, who represented Kaduna Central in the Senate between 2015 and 2019, made a call on Wednesday night at a dinner organized to mark 2024 Democracy Day. In October 2020, there was a mass protest against police brutality in Nigeria. You guys can recall that the protesters, who were mainly youth, demanded the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS) unit of the Nigeria Police Force. So the protesters originated from a Twitter campaign in 2017 using the hashtag Endsars to demand the unit's disbandment by the Nigerian government. So during that period, some state government declared a curfew in their state to prevent a breakdown of law and order. While many protesters were arrested in different parts of the country, some of those arrested have been sentenced, while others are still in custody for various categories of offenses linked to the protest. So Mr. Sani is advising President Bola Tinubu to pardon those who are still in detention as a result of the Endsars protest. He said that they were young people who were protesting for justice of freedom and for democracy, that any young protesters in Nigeria today learned that for President Bola Tinubu because he was once the father of protest in Nigeria. He is urging President Bola Tinubu to do something about it and give them the freedom because he has taught them and he has funded them to stand up and fight. So they are his children and also grandchildren to him. So he should give them the pardon. My people don't be small, but talking about the reformation of prison, Mr. Sani also urged President Bola Tinubu to reform the Nigeria correction centers. He thanked Mr. President for the honor and the privilege. But he urged President Bola Tinubu to do something about the Nigeria prison because they were the ones who hosted them in those days and in those dark days of struggle. Talking about the hardship, Mr. Sani also noted that many of the economic reforms of President Bola Tinubu have caused hardship to Nigeria. So he urged the president to ensure that Nigeria enjoy the sacrifices. He told President Bola Tinubu that if he fails, Nigeria will point fingers at him because they are the ones who fought for democracy and they have nothing new to offer to Nigeria. So he prayed for President Bola Tinubu and he believed that the reform which he has taken, there is no doubt about it. But he said President Bola Tinubu have to recognize the untold hardship and the suffering he has inflicted on millions of people. But they are expecting that at the end of the day, it will bear fruit and people will rejoice and say that the sacrifices they have made, the consequences of that reform were something that's worth all these struggles. My people don't be small matter. He didn't end there. He also went about to talk about the national anthem. He told President Bola Tinubu that the new national anthem will not unite the country if there is no equity and justice. So he would like Mr. President to draw his attention to this fact and the truth that the national anthem cannot unite a nation and the national pledge cannot unite a nation as well. That a constitution cannot unite a nation. A nation is united by the ideas of freedom. A nation is united by equity and by justice. So, introducing new national anthem will not unite the country. My people don't be small matter. Sani said that because there are many younger generations today that have not and could not know the sacrifices they have made to restore democracy to this country. So it is important that this notice to the attention of those who were not here those days of the struggle, that this democracy was not a gift given to them by the military, that it was not a lottery that they won. It was a product of struggle and sacrifice. So there were people who were forced into exile, like the president and commander-in-chief of the army forces, and the likes of Wole Soyinka. That the Academic Staff Union of University of Nigeria made sacrifices. Nigeria media made sacrifices. No, Peng, headed by the likes of Frank Okore, made sacrifices. That the National Association of Nigeria Students also made sacrifices. So this democracy was a product of that struggle, was a product of that commitment, and it was a product of that determination. So President Bola Tinubu have a duty to succeed. If he succeed, he will share his glory because he came from the trenches. He came from the struggle. He came from that period of struggle. So he should do everything possible to make Nigeria comfortable for the masses. My people, the boldness and the audacity was crazy. He spoke like a wounded lion without minding what will happen. I think we need more people like him. Seriously, at the federal level, a democratic government jailed peaceful protesters. So there is no peaceful democracy without releasing those that are in jail. But on a norm, why should we beg for the release of those protesters? Why? Like, isn't this dictatorship? Well, I love what Shehu told him. Yes, only people like him can tell the president because President Bola Tinubu is the father and grandfather of those protesters. So he should do something about it. My respect for Senator Shehu. Because if there are still protesters of Endsars in jail, we have failed. Honestly, I can't believe most protesters are still in jail. For what? President Bola Tinubu should grant them amnesty. I like the way Shehu went straight to the point to tell President Bola Tinubu because he wasn't expecting that. They celebrated Democracy Day. Meanwhile, some presidents are still in prison. Just imagine. People that are innocent, they left them in prison for how many months and years, my people? Well, we need people like this, people who can stand up and say the truth in front of powerful men. This kind of persons should be given a special chair in the presence of elders. Shehu is a legend and a fearless leader. I'm actually impressed he brought this issue up. Most people have forgotten these protesters. Now we know the real advocates. I thought he only ran on X handle, formerly known as Twitter. But now, I am double sure he is fearless. You talk, you buy. You don't talk, you buy. Just be on the side of the truth. That is just it. Because celebrating democracy with young protesters still locked in for 4 years is a big joke. Especially when the father and patron of protesters is sitting as president. So some people don't chop 4 years in prison just like that. May Nigeria not happen to us, honestly. God bless this man. He took the real fight from social media to the public. Peaceful protesters still in detention. What a country, what a society, and what a culture. My people now need to see how Shehu was using sense to talk to President Bola Tinubu. He was passing a message to President Bola Tinubu and he's still making it feel like he is hailing President Bola Tinubu. My people, don't be small matter. Nobody run protests reach President Bola Tinubu, so make him listen to that advice. So guys, I would like to know what you think about this matter in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Once again, thank you so much for staying to us. We do appreciate. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. But if you haven't subscribed to our page yet, please do us a favor to like and subscribe and also share. Don't forget to turn the notification bell to get notified whenever we drop our video, because I'm sure you don't want to miss out on our trending and latest news happening on social media. To all amazing subscribers, thank you so much for joining us on today's news. On this note, we have come to the end of today's segment. Like, come your way next.